Okay, slow down. Speak clearly and concisely, Dan. Slow down. Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody? It's a balmy 15 degrees here in north central Washington. It's freaking cold. So my heater's running in the background and it's gonna be running the whole time, so I'll try to talk louder so you can hear me. Hopefully it's not too distracting, but anyways, I thought I'd do a little midweek video. I got a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm all excited. I keep telling myself to slow down and just take it easy, but So anyways, in this video, I just sort of wanted to go over a few things that I got something in the mail. We got a calendar that Andrew made. Oh, and check out this shirt that Andrew sent me. I got my Give Her the Garlic shirt. Thanks, Andrew. I'm wearing layers today because it's cold. And then, yeah, I just wanted to show you some treasures. And then mainly what I wanted to do, once we get through all the formalities, is I wanted to show you some of my axes. Everybody got me excited about these axes, you know, watching, like watching Brian on Brian Two Bears and Killinger and those type of guys. They got me all fired up about axes and stuff. So I thought, I'm gonna make me a video about axes. But first, I was gonna bring that book out here too. I'll get it later. But first, I sort of wanted to give you an update. So here you see the three Amigos saws are still sitting here. They're almost all ready because I'm holding on to them. And Steven and Eric and Andrew have been patient, and they're letting me hold on to them because I want to get them all running, and then I want all three of them to be running and have a little cackle fest together. So have a little jamboree with all three saws. So they're getting there. They're getting there. This one, see, I got some black on this part, and I got the bar. I got the bars all painted up. Look at that. They look like new ones. Got them painted up with that piston gray. One's for Andrew's saw, and then one's for Steven's saw. So anyways, new chains. Oh, I'm gonna build a cool exhaust for this. And Steven's already has the cool exhaust, and I thought, oh, Eric doesn't want to feel left out, so I might make him a little something custom for the XL12 too. So anyways, that's the story with the saws that are going to be shipping off to different parts of the country and into other countries, Canada for this one. And so anyways, that's that. Oh, and then I wanted to show you some of the treasures that I drag home because, you know, in case you haven't noticed, I like to drag stuff home and I like to collect stuff, as you can see. So here's one thing that I like to drag home. I find all these relics from the cable industry. Look at this old amplifier. They used to use these when I first started like 12 years ago, and they don't use them anymore, so it's a relic. Ooh, look at that, made in Canada. Fabrique au Canada. Wow, that's cool. So yeah, there's an old amplifier. And then I was sort of excited today. I found me a nickel plated. They don't make these anymore. It's a Regal splitter, cable splitter. And they used to make them really nice, like heavy metal, and they're nickel plated. Look at that bad boy. Nickel plated splitters, aren't they beautiful? Okay, that's enough about that. You probably don't care about cable splitters. But I think they're cool. And so yeah, that's what I had on my list. Oh, and then check out this calendar. Andrew went through all the trouble to put these calendars together, and they're really cool. Check these out. Chainsaw Community Calendar 2022. I got pictures of stuff, pictures from different guys in the chainsaw and axe community. I'll give you sort of a sneak peek of a few. Look at that. You can get these on oh, look at that. That's that rare Ferrari chainsaw. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You can get these on Andrew's website, butleroutdoorscanada.com. I'll put a link in the description. So yeah, there's that. That's cool. If you want one, go to his website and get one. Yeah, very cool. Thank you for doing that, Andrew. Where am I going to put this? I'll put it over here. I'll try not to sit on it. And then, what else do we got? Oh, Joshua. I have to stand up for this. Joshua. Ooh, my coffee. Joshua from JK Performance. He contacted me a while ago and said that he had some parts for a Pro Mac 55 because he said that, or he noticed that we were working on this Pro Mac 55 for Andrew. And he said that he had some parts that a guy gave him and he'd been holding on to him for a while. And so he wanted to know if we could use them. And I said, yeah, I mean, if you don't have a use for them. So he sent me this box of goodies here. And look at that. He sent me a shirt too. A cool shirt. Let's check this out. Let's check this out. Nice. That's cool. It's got a big old home light chainsaw on there. Look at that. That's cool. Thank you, Josh. And then the front's got the JK Performance thing on it. That's awesome. Thanks, buddy. I love shirts. That's so cool. We'll flop that right there, and then let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let me get my list out of here. My script, if you will, to keep my mind on track. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's cool. Another top cover. Because I told him, you know, send me what you got if you don't want it, and then, you know, we'll pick the best. Oh, that's a different style even. That's sort of cool. It's sort of like a later style. And this one actually has the instructions and everything on it. That's cool. Thank you, Josh. And then we got a side cover. Ooh, that looks like a nice one too. That's cool too. See, that's the different variation. Nice. That's awesome. Who keeps texting me? Probably Christina saying that she's on her way home from work. So that's cool. Thank you, Josh. And then there was really cool was this starter. A complete starter assembly for one of these beasts. Look at that. That's awesome. Because, yeah, these are getting hard to find. And it works even. Look at that. That's so cool. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, this stuff is really useful. Perfect. Perfect, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. It's going to be so useful. You can never get enough chainsaw parts. Thank you. All right, so that's that. And then, what else we got? Oh, I was going to show, hold on. I might have to cut this part out. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Christina's on her way home. So yeah, and the other thing that I wanted to show you guys was, oh man, now what? Oh, it's just Chrissy. So anyways, the other thing I wanted to show you was this book, because I was talking to, so if you've seen Brian Two Bears, his channel, he's all about axes and chopping wood with axes and splitting wood, and he does a sort of the old school way like Jeremiah Johnson and all those guys. He builds log cabins and all that cool stuff. But anyways, we were talking about, I was asking him if he'd seen that PBS special, and you guys will probably remember it too, that they had a PBS special about this old guy that lived up in Alaska. I think it was Alaska, that's what Killinger said. And he lived out in the wilderness for like 30 years by himself, just living off the land basically. And a float plane would come once in a while and bring him supplies, but otherwise he just lived off the land. And he was into photography and filmmaking too, and so he videoed a lot of his stuff that he did. What are them dogs barking at? And so yeah, it was pretty interesting. And I remember they had that PBS special and they showed it. You know how they have those PBS specials and like they like show the show and then they show the DVDs that you can buy. It's almost like an infomercial type thing, but I remember I was just so fascinated with that. And I'd mentioned something to Brian on that, and And he was like, oh yeah, that's Bob Prenicky was the guy's name. And yeah, he lived up there for 30 years by himself. And it was just so neat. So that was really cool. And I was telling Brian about this book that I had since I was a kid. It's called Outdoor Lore. And it sort of talks about, making snowshoes and rafts and shelter out in the woods, living off the land. It was pretty cool. But yeah, that's cool that Brian Two Bears, he's really into that stuff too. And I didn't realize it, but he has two channels. He's got Brian Two Bears, and then his other channel is Axe and the Kerf. And I sort of wondered because both guys sort of like had the same mannerisms when they commented and stuff, and I was just like, wow, are these guys like related or something? And yeah, it's the same guy. He's got two channels. Brian's a tricky guy. So anyways, what I was originally wanting to talk about with this whole video was axes, because I like axes too. And so yeah, I sort of wanted to show you what I got for axes, my collection, and what I know about it, which is not a whole lot. I'm not an axe expert, but hopefully by showing these to you, maybe you guys can give me a little more insight, a little more information on these things. So here's my little Norland axe, and this is one that my dad had when I was a kid. And the axe and the handle was actually split almost the entire length of it, and it was all taped up and really ugly, and I peeled all the tape off of it and cleaned it all up and shined it up, and then I glued the handle back together. I glued it and clamped it, and it seems like it's pretty strong. So that's one of my little Norland hatchets that my dad had. That's pretty cool. And then here's another Norland that I found at a yard sale. Nice little axe. I think I only paid like $5 for it. It's not in the best condition. It has some pitting and all that, but it's still cool looking. I like how dark the handle is on it. Isn't that cool? So there's a couple of my hatchets. Maybe what I'll do is I'll throw my camera on my headgear, and then I'll just walk around and show you what I got. But here's some of the stuff that I brought over here. So here's one that so I'm sending this chainsaw to Eric at Hotbox Pizza Truck, right? And Art is his friend that's also building a pizza truck. And so I thought, Art needs something too, so I'm gonna send Art this axe head. It's a nice Stanley, and see how it has the M on each side of the Stanley? That means that this head was made by the Mann Corporation, or the Mann Axe Company. I learned that from Jamie at Journey North. He's the axe and tool expert. And anyways, yeah, he said the M means that it's made by Mann. So this is a really nice axe head. So I'll send that, and Eric and Art can put a handle on it. That'll be cool. So there's that, and then this is the one, and then, ooh, ding ding. And then this is the one that Eric sent me, because he bought that load of axe heads from this old guy. But anyways, this is what is this called? I forgot what this is called now. But yeah, this is a really cool axe head that Eric sent me. So I'll put a handle on that. That'll be cool. I'm just going to leave it just the way it is. It has a really cool patina. We'll sharpen it up. And speaking of, I got a bunch of dirt in my coffee. Yuck. Speaking of Eric and Art, okay, so Eric has a Hotbox Pizza Truck channel. And then Art Savo is his buddy that's trying to also build a pizza truck, because that's what, that's his dream, is he wants to have his own pizza truck and have his own business. And anyways, so Eric, he kept asking me when I was gonna make some shirts and get some merch going and all that stuff, and I just I've been trying to design some stuff, and I've got a few ideas in the works, but I haven't got a chance to really nail it down. And so Eric took it upon himself to design a shirt for me and for him, and because he wanted to represent, and so he he made a Kane custom shirt design, and then Art, his buddy, he makes t-shirts. Him and his wife have an Etsy site, and so they make t-shirts and sweaters and hoodies, sweatshirts and hoodies, and they sell those on their Etsy site, you know, to make some extra money. And so Eric designed it, and then Art made the shirt, and he sort of surprised me. Eric was wearing the shirt in one of his videos. I was like, what the heck? I was like, wow, that's cool. And so anyways, that was just so, you know, it was so cool to me that Eric took the time to make that, to design that shirt and make a shirt just so he could wear it to represent, you know, Kane Custom Garage. And I thought that was pretty cool. And so anyways, Art has the design on his Etsy site, and you can actually go there and order a shirt or a hoodie or whatever you want. And I'll try to put a link. I'll try to be tricky here. I'll put a link, or I'll put a picture of what it looks like up in here somewhere. Up in here. I'm gonna put a picture right here, and you can see what the shirt looks like. And so if you go to Art's site, the Etsy site, and buy a shirt, I think they're like $19.99. All the money is going to go to Art and his wife, because Art's trying to, you know, he's trying to build that pizza truck, and he's trying to raise money. And you know, I don't care, as long as somebody wants to wear my shirt, that's cool. You know, I don't care if I make any money. You know, I mean, what am I going to make? A couple bucks. So anyways, you know, just Art will get to keep the money off of those and maybe make a little extra money so he can get his pizza truck going. So that'll be cool. But yeah, check out that link up in here somewhere. Up in here somewhere. Or it's not a link, it's a picture. I'll put a link in the description. But anyways, you get the picture. Get yourself a shirt. Support Art. Help him get that pizza truck going. Okay, back to the show. And then here's a cool axe head that I can't even remember where I got this. But it's a Gamble's. It says Gamble's Expert. Standard quality. Whatever that means. But yeah, it's a pretty nice head. It's pitted up pretty good, but it's not too bad. I soaked it in vinegar. Or I gave it a vinegar bath and got rid of all the rust. So that's pretty cool. And then here's a really nice a nice Collins axe that I found at a thrift store. And then my buddy Bo, he likes to do leather work, and he likes to work on axes too, and he sort of fixed it up for me, polished it up, cleaned up the handle. This is the original handle. So yeah, it's a nice little Collins 2.25 pounder. And he made these nice leather sheaths for it. So that's pretty cool. Nice little setup. So yeah, that's one of my Collins axes. And then this one is a True Temper flint edge. I don't even know what you call this. Is it a... I guess it's a boy's axe. Is it a boy's axe? Yeah, I guess you could call that a boy's axe. I put a handle on it. This is just a hardware store handle. It doesn't look too bad. See that? I put a wedge in it, and all wood, no metal wedge. She's tight. So that one turned out pretty cool. Okay, I got my GoPro on my head now. And then, what else should we go look at? So yeah, so here's this one. This one's really cool. This is a Kelly Tool Works, Charleston, West Virginia, USA. And it has the 3 and a small 2. I wonder what that means. Like I said, I'm not an axe expert. And then it has the FS, which means Forest Service. And then yeah, I remember I got this axe head at a yard sale, and it just had a little short handle on it that was like about that long, and it was some crappy little handle. And then I found this vintage handle, an Occident handle. Can you see that? at a thrift store, and so I took this handle and put it on this guy. Turned out to be a nice little axe. See that? I did it with a wood wedge, no metal wedge. Nice. So there's that. That's a nice one. Here's my user. This is my user axe. It's a Collins. 3 pound, probably a 3.5 pound, I'm guessing. It's got one of them ugly hardware store handles on it, but it works. It's a good axe. That's my user. And then I got this old, this is sort of a cool old, I guess you could call this a boy's axe. I always thought it was cool because it has the red on it. It's almost like a fire axe or something. No brand on this one. The only thing it has on it is C50, whatever that means. But that's a pretty little axe. Pretty little boy's axe. And then, what else we got? Oh, of course, here's a beautiful little Echo axe that I won from Andrew. Look at that, signed by the Bushman himself. And these look to be a good quality little axe. I don't know who makes them for Echo. Probably somebody said that the same company makes the Echo ones and the steel ones, but they're a good quality little axe. You know, they're not vintage, but and then here's a little Marbles hand axe, Marble Arms and Manufacturing Company. Because I think Marble made guns too, didn't they, if I'm not mistaken? Marbles. So yeah, it's cool. It has a little guard, see? The little blade guard. That's pretty cool. Here's another little Marbles hatchet that I found at a yard sale. It even has the original leather sheath. See, the button says Marbles on it. It's a nice little axe. Sort of a dainty little sucker. Marbles number 9, Gladstone, Michigan. Look at that guy. Somebody went after it with a grinder, so I had to do a lot of hand filing and hand sanding on it. It doesn't look too bad now. But the marbles, they all have these little notches right there, see? See, even the metal handle ones, that's sort of their distinctive look there. Very cool, very cool. Put that guy back in his sheath. I need to condition that sheath a little more. It's pretty stiff. Yeah, that's probably an old one there. Found that at a yard sale. I think I probably paid a couple bucks for it. And then here's a really cool old Puget Sound pattern is what they call these. This is an old timber feller's axe. And see how they're made long and narrow so they could get in there and take their chops and get in deep into the cut when they were cutting those big old growth timber. See, look, the head's all loose because that's the original handle. Look how loose that thing is. And the handle's warped pretty bad because it probably sat up like this, you know, for who knows how long. We got this came from Christina's grandfather. It's a stiletto. See that? Stiletto, Puget pattern, Puget Sound pattern. One of these days I'll put a new handle on it. I just can't bring myself to take the handle off because that's the original handle. So it's cool. It's cool the way it is. So there's that Puget Sound. That's the only Puget pattern one I have. And here's another. This is sort of my go-to axe that I always use. It's sort of a no name head. And this is a vintage handle that I found somewhere and put on it. So yeah, that's a pretty nice little double bit. Nice little axe. And then I got this one. This is a wizard. This is a wizard head, and I like the pattern in this one. It's really cool looking. Not sure what you call that, but it says, and it's got the 3-2. And I put a handle on it. This is one of them crappy hardware store handles, and and if you look right here, I ruined it. I was trying to thin it down with a draw blade, with a draw knife, and I got a little too aggressive, and it chopped into the, you know how they start to split, and then it gets too deep, and so yeah, this one needs a new handle. I ruined the handle on that one, but that's how you learn. So we'll rehandle this one. Look at how nice the end of it was, though. So there's that one. That's a cool old axe. This is an axe that I got from Christina's grandpa as well. It's a True Temper double bit. Not sure what went on there. It almost looks like somebody welded it, but it has like a bunch of weird like porosity right there, like they welded it and ground it. Sort of weird, huh? And this is an old handle that I had to do some serious sanding on it, because we got a couple axes from Christina's grandpa, and I don't know if he did it or what, but they had this crazy idea to they covered the handles with fiberglass resin, and it was really like globby and bulky, so I had to grind that all off of there. So I did the best I could. But yeah, that was some crazy idea. I guess they had to put the fiberglass resin on the handle. Oh, and here's a really nice one. Here's a little Kelly Works True Temper flint edge, and see it's stamped with the FS, the Forest Service. But yeah, this was a really nice one. I found it at a swap meet a few years ago, and I don't think it hardly ever been used. Because yeah, it's still got the black paint on it. Got some oil on it. And this is the original handle. See, it's still got the original wood wedge in it. So yeah, that's a nice old axe there. Almost in mint condition. So that's cool. And then I also have a really nice Pulaski, a Forest Service stamped Pulaski that the firefighters used out in the woods. See, this True Temper, world's finest Kelly Works. And see, it's got the FS stamped all over it. Original handle. The head's a little loose on this one, see that? So she needs a little restoration. What would a guy do with that? You know, how could you tighten that up without destroying the handle? I mean, I suppose you could put a metal wedge in there, or maybe a guy could work that original wood wedge out and re-wedge it. Not sure. So I figured you're better off just leave it alone. Leave it original. So that's cool. Is that all I got for axes over here? Yeah, I think I showed y'all. This is just some funky fro or whatever they call it. Ooh, that thing dirty. I use it for a doorstop, basically. Yeah, they use these for making ships and stuff, right? Chop, chop, chop. A hewing axe or whatever they call it. Here's an old picaroon. Old rusty picaroon that I got at the swap meet. Those are sort of handy when you're out moving logs around. A PV. Here's a PV that I made a handle for when we were out camping one time. I brought it with me and made a handle out of a log. Sort of cool. Here's an old Forest Service fire cache water jug. I found that at the wrecking yard, if you can believe that. It was in a car. That's sort of cool. And then I got more axes over here. I got this old Collins hatchet. It's a pretty nice one. See, you can still see the Collins and stamped in the handle a little bit right there. But yeah, I thought this one's cool because it still has some of the sticker on it, some of the blue paint. So I just left her. That was another thrift store find. And then what else do I got? Oh, there's my fancy chainsaw that I got for Christmas. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest? Here's another one. Here's another axe that I put a handle on. And this handle's like way too fat and big for this head. I was just playing around. Ugh, man, I should wipe this stuff off. Let me get a rag. Everything's dusty. But yeah, this head's almost too small for this handle. It was a hardware store handle that I got and put it on there. It's an old Collins double bit that I polished up. I'm sure that's the big debate, whether you leave the patina or shine them up. I guess it's just a matter of preference. What else do I got? Ooh, here's the oil dripping off the chainsaws. That keeps the handles nice though. There's another double bit axe. I think that's probably another Kelly axe. And here's another picaroon that I got from my buddy Bo. He cleaned that up and gave it to me. That's a nice little picaroon. Nice little honey there. What's this one? Oh, here's a cool little axe. Oh, and I found a sheath for it at the yards. Oh, there's a Walters. It says Walters on it. Somebody went at this one with a grinder too. I had to sort of do a little hand filing on it and stuff. Black Diamond. The Walters Black Diamond. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I like that guy. Oh, and here's the battle axe. I call this one the battle axe. It's a big old, probably like a 4-pound head on this thing. It's a big heavy sucker. But yeah, you can barely make out. It says Robert Mann on it right there. Robert Mann. And then I think it says cast steel or something like that. But yeah, this one's beat. She's seen better days. But it looks cool like that. Look at that thing. That's the battle axe right there. That could do some damage. Yeah, and see somebody put some metal wedges in it, but it's tight. Found that at a yard sale too. Look at that beast. That thing will do some serious chopping. It's heavy. Whoo! Get back up there, Mr. Man. Mr. Man. Oh, Mr. Man. And then what else? Ooh, this one's really cool too. I found this cool leather sheath somewhere. But this axe is... This is... Swedish Halsbrook, or Halsbrook, I can't remember how you pronounce that I got from Christina's dad. See, it's got the HB, made in Sweden. Good Swedish steel. Ooh, that baby's sharp too. 1.5 pounds, 0.7, whatever that means. But yeah, I put this handle on it. It's another funky handle that I sort of made fit. It looks pretty cool though. But yeah, that's a nice little axe. See that? Got her in there with a nice wood wedge. So yeah, that's a nice little Holtzbrook or Holtzbrook. Cool. Coolness. So yeah, I'll tie that back on there later. So that's the midweek craziness, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And thank you, Josh. at JK Performance. Thank you for the parts. That was really awesome. Thank you for the shirt. Oh, it keeps falling down. Thank you for the shirt, Josh. Stay up there. Get up there. And then, there goes the shirt again. Come on. I'll just hold it. And so yeah, thank you for the shirt, Josh. Check out those calendars that Andrew put out at Butler's Outdoors Canada. Check out the shirts that Art and Eric made for me on his Etsy site. I'll put the link in the description for that. So if you guys want to get a shirt and help Art make some money for his pizza truck. And you can support the channel too. Wear a Kane Custom Garage shirt. And what else? What else we got? Yeah, shout out to Brian. Brian Two Bears. He got me all fired up about these axes and outdoorsmanship and that kind of stuff. Because yeah, that kind of stuff is fun. And who knows? We may all be living out in the woods on our own someday. Never know. Living off the land. So anyways, thank you for watching and have a nice rest of your week.